Thanks, Chad. That's right. We're in Alaska again, and this time we're checking out a new stop that you can enjoy in just a few months if you come with us on the AYL cruise from Columbus Travel and Norwegian Cruise Lines. We've already explored Juneau by helicopter, went whale watching along the icy straits, taken a train ride over the Rockies, and even visited a brothel. Don't worry, it's a museum now. Anyway, today we are exploring a place that is known for three things: rain, fish, and a culture of adventure that reaches back into the centuries. Ketchikan, Alaska.
There's this fishing community. A lot of it is just fishing here. Salmon fishing, halibut fishing. You also have your gold mining, as well as Creek Street and downtown Ketchikan. And then you come with the native culture, which is the big influence on Ketchikan. So it was named after Ketchikan, which means thundering wings of an eagle.
Interestingly enough, it was the fish, not the birds of prey, that brought Westerners to these shores. Established in 1883 as a hub for the salmon industry, Ketchikan is still known as the salmon capital of the world. Gold mining and the lumber industry soon followed, and those too left an impact that is still felt today, especially if you carry an axe and aren't afraid to use it.
Oh, well, of course, there's the Great Alaskan Lumberjack Show. Everybody should go see that, right? We have a lot of the top athletes in the world up here in the sport of timber sports, and we all get together, and we two teams of two that compete against each other. We do all the events that you'd see like on TV, the speed climbing, the log rolling, chopping, sawing, all that stuff. And basically what it is, it's all the jobs that they used to do out in the woods. When the lumberjacks would come in from working out for 5-6 months at a time, they'd come into town and have a day off, and they'd all get together and have like a big loggers picnic, and they'd all compete against each other to see who's the best, and that's what we do here.
While the logging industry has slowed down in Ketchikan, except here at the Lumberjack Show that is, over the last century the town has certainly grown. Today, shops and houses built on pylons strong enough to brave the wind and waves cling to the eastern hillside and sprawl out over the water. As one of the main stops on any Alaska cruise, Ketchikan offers the usual tourist flair among famous Creek Street. But for those who want to get to know the real Alaska, you aren't likely to find it in a shop full of cheap baubles or even at an entertaining show. For that, you need to get off the boardwalk. Luckily, there are plenty of chances for that too.
There's tons of different excursions that you can do, from zip lining to seeing the history of the native culture with totem poles, with Potlatch Park here and the different totem parks on Ketchikan. You can go canoeing, you can go kayaking, you can go jeeping. Fishing is what I love to do. Go fishing everywhere. Go fishing off the dock, go fishing in the streams, go fishing in the lakes. Sightseeing of hiking. There's tons of hiking you can do, tons of exploring and camping, and back to fishing again.
While adventure on an ATV or with a fishing pole is certainly going to get you close, discovering the real Alaska is about more than just an adrenaline rush. Here in the rainforests of the last frontier, there seems to be more of a spirituality, a consciousness of our connection to nature than in most other places. On the northern end of Ketchikan, we discovered Potlatch Park and resident carver Brita Allender.
What we have done here is basically created a village that you would see, say, at the turn of the century. I would say up to 200 years ago, a traditional living space for this area. What we share is the art of the totem, the very strong tradition of storytelling, and another way of telling our stories and our lineage is through the art of the totem.
Looking across the strait toward Gravina Island, Potlatch is like stepping back in time to a world where modern convenience is replaced by serene beauty. The rush of life slows, and the sounds of the city disappear in a mix of wind through trees and water on the bare rock. The relationship between the living and dead seems somehow more real here among the totem poles, a fact that Brita understands all too well.
One of the reasons I started carving was to really give my two daughters a sense of pride in who they are and where they come from. A sense of belonging. This is who I am, and so that's what it means to me.
Whether you're looking to explore the boardwalk shops, do some fishing, ride through the forest, or delve into history that is far from forgotten, Ketchikan will give you a memorable day. And you can experience all of it in June by coming with us on the AYL Alaskan Cruise.
If you like the outdoors, there's a lot of opportunities to do things outside.
There's a lot to see, a lot to do, a lot to take in.
For At Your Leisure, I'm Susan Wood.